I know I'm early. Don't hate me. Sorry. Thank you. I thought I hit the mic. So, hi everyone. We got Bart, Cynthia, Mel, Gina, Old One, Fancy, Mamadon. I thought, yeah, there's Eric. So I know, and Mally, and Ruby. Nope, you're not late. I went early. I do have that training I'm going to tonight, so why not go ahead and do this now before I go instead of waiting till I come back, because this is something happening now. Okay, good. You can hear me now. I'm sorry about that. Things happen. Hi, Jennifer. First off, did you go and look at the pictures that I put up on my wall? There's that. The missing juvenile. This picture here, you can't really see much of his hair except for what's out here. And I would die to have his hair. You went and looked at him, Ruby? I know Mo did. I found 2 more pictures. Look at that long hair. Not something I was expecting. I was kind of floored at first. No, wrong thing. Because there's one more picture. There. I did not see him had such long, beautiful hair. No judgment here. Don't worry. Everybody's entitled to their hair, what they want to do. But this is who we're here for, is little Liam. And I caught wind that JL live, and I thought, what's going on? So that's how I found out that there was a press conference. So we're going to watch that. I have it paused. Oh, well, that's true. That's fine. I know that autistic kids have issues with things like that. I have no problem with it. So I'm going to play this and I will be quiet. Oh, let me turn things up. I will come back to chat and hopefully you can tell me if you can hear it or not. Let's see, I'm going to back it up. Well, hold on. I do not hear it very well. So what happened? You're welcome, Fort Lauderdale. Was the volume low? Yes. And I don't understand. Hold on. I'm not going to move forward until we get that fixed. Why is it so low? Let me stop. Okay. Okay. I think I got it figured out.
And what I'll do is just do a short
Let me know if that's better.
information since yesterday, and there's not a lot of updated information other than a lot of the people that have come up from other counties such as New Hanover, Brunswick. Um, we've had a huge number of people throughout the state have volunteered their time and resources to come up here and help us look for this little boy. And we're treating it as a missing young man in the woods. That's what we're still working on. We're looking at an area now where there's some water, a pond area, and we had the dive team there. We searched it. It was muddy on the bottom, so we decided we're going to drain it and continue to look in that area. And all I ask is that all the neighbors in that area that have graciously come out and help us, just don't come into the area where we are just quite yet, because it disrupt evidence that may be needed at a later date. And I hope that they do continue to look at their own property that they own and away from the general area we're searching. But it is a search and rescue scenario as I speak, and it will remain that until we have any other evidence that depicts we should be doing other things.
Has the boy ever run away from home before, or is this?
No, we have no. We spoke to her, and she stated that he hardly has ever ventured away. He is fascinated with water, and that is a common trait in so that's why the water is an important area right now to search, and hopefully we will not find him in the water. Hopefully we will find him near the water. So we're still very optimistic, and we ask everyone to continue praying.
Sheriff, what does that process look like to empty the pond or body of water, as you were saying? And do we know if he can swim?
I don't know if he can swim, but depending on what time of day he made it to the pond, it's dark. He would, even if you were an excellent swimmer, you would still have some problems doing that. The pond is a smaller pond, maybe a quarter of an acre, and it will roughly to drain, and that's pumping the water out, and they're doing that as we speak. And we had to actually make a road down to that pond so we could allow our vehicles with a pump to get to that location. So the logistics are very bad when it comes to thick brush. We've had helicopters, airplanes up in the air, and they're having trouble locating any thermal image at night or any vision of the ground due to the canopy of trees that are in the area. And at night, the canopy, I feel like the thermal energy is not reaching the ground due to the leaves that are still on our trees. So,
Can you confirm if the boy lives on Forest Hills Drive or just around the area?
no, he did not live there. He was visiting that residence, and he lived in the Asheboro area.
I'm hearing from neighbors that there's a lot of wildlife in that area, specifically snakes and coyotes. Can you confirm that? And is that an area of concern?
Yes, there's a lot of wildlife in that area. Snakes, deer, but I think he'll be okay when it comes to if he's in that general area, because we were in the woods, 2,500 feet around the in the woods searching. So,
Can you confirm when he was originally reported missing by the parents and when the sheriff's office started their search?
We received the call at 11, shortly after yesterday.
You said he was at another residence when this happened. Was it family member's house?
He was where a family member lived.
You said you wanted property owners to check around the area to check their property. What's that kind of geographical area where you're?
This is a farming area. You have farm on these farms, and we can't hit every pond right now. We're going to hit the ones that are closer to the proximity, but this is a young man that I've been told can cover a lot of ground quickly, and he's very smart, and he can be one of those young men that will fool everybody that's looking for him. And we're not taking anything for granted. We're trying to be ahead of him and try to locate where he may be going. And right now that's in the area of water and other places in that area, such as homes. We checked everything. So,
Can you give us a parameter of how far you have kind of searched? Do you have a acreage number, and do you have maybe like roads so that people in that area know that's kind of the general area?
well, if you look at air, we have searched numerous square miles in air. We've had helicopters out yesterday, last night, today. We've had support from Highway Patrol, from Harnett County Sheriff's Office, from Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, and the SBI aircraft. So if you look at it that way, we've covered a huge mass of property, land in that area. And we've kind of defined the search teams of 25 to 50, and they're going out doing a grid search, and a grid search is maybe being 5 feet apart and doing one area and then overlapping that area with another group. And if we may even start looking at some of the areas that have been checked in the past and go back and recheck. So we're not going to leave any stone unturned.
As far as specific areas, specific road names where you want people to check their property. Like backing up this covered bridge road.
It's High Pines. It's High Pines Church Road, Pisgah Covered Bridge Road. You've got Bernie Road, Bernie Mill Road, and then Pisgah Road travels by the bridge.
Sheriff, the news release went out yesterday around like 5:15, but then the alert that everybody got on their phones went out about 6:57. What's the delay usually there for that with that process?
Well, I can't really answer that. I know that we were gathering information. We were getting people in place to do a search. We had to verify that maybe a family member didn't come and pick up the child that come into play there. We wanted to get that alert out as quickly as possible. We don't feel like this young man was abducted just yet, but I feel like he's lost and he may be confused, and in that case, he may just, instead of walk and try to find someone, he may just sit down and hide. You never know, and that's what we're treating it as, is a person that could possibly cover a lot of distance, and also a person that may not cover any distance.
Beyond his cognitive impairments, is there any medication he takes on a timely basis?
I don't have any answer for that, no.
Have you gotten from the parents anything? I spoke to a mother who also has a nonverbal child, and she says that approaching them, saying their name is not going to be what kind of brings them in. It's going to be for her child singing. Have you talked to the parents?
Yes, I've had contact with several, and tried to find out what kind of music, what kind of cartoons young man likes, and play that as they're walking through the woods to get him to approach them. And we've had no luck at that.
How are they holding up?
Are, as you would expect, tore up, confused, hoping for the best. And she's been there, the mother's been there the entire night, entire day, and she's just hoping for the best.
Talk to us about people in the area who, might have an area they're like, hey, let me go check. But I know there's some discrepancy on whether people should go out and check their areas, or if they're being told not to check their areas because of the scent issue, like, covering up the scent of their own.
If there's a area in the county, in that area that needs to be checked, we will eventually get to it. As I said before, we've checked a lot of these areas that have not been checked by man, by air, and we can see a lot, by the air in fields, open fields, pastures, and all that. We will eventually get in touch with these people and go and search all these areas. We're not going to quit until we find them, period. And I've had kids, and now I've got grandkids, and I can't imagine what this family's going through. And I just want to be there for them and provide every resource we have, not only in this county but in the state of North Carolina, to help find this young man.
Where do you guys go from here? We have another night. Just thinking about 24 hours. He's hungry. He's tired. He's, as you said, maybe confused. What does the rest of tonight's search look like?
Well, we're gonna, continue looking at the pond, and we have of grid searches here in the coming hours, and we're trying to get as fresh of search party as we possibly can, because we wore probably 100 people out in the last day because they've had no sleep. So we're getting regrouped, and we've got a excellent Harnett County came up to run our command bus, so we can do what we need to do, and that's rest, get some sleep, and otherwise we wouldn't be thinking clearly So they're doing something that is very important at this stage in the search.
And can you confirm, was it the parents that were the ones that reported the child missing? Or the family member?
I can't get into that. It was a family member, yes, and we once we received the call, we did everything possible we could to get there as quickly as possible and to start a search.
Thank you, Cherry.
Thank y'all, and please continue to pray for us, for them, family. Pray for the little boy. He deserves to be here with us. We're going to try to find him. So, thank y'all.
Okay. I just thought we needed to see that. What do you think? I'm remaining hopeful. I do know there is several helicopters in the air. Let me refresh real fast and see if there's anything else. Hold on. That's the same thing we just watched. Why did it take almost 2 hours to send alert about missing boy? I personally don't know what goes on behind the scenes about him. So at 5:14, the sheriff's office sent a news release about Liam's disappearance. At 6:57, the alert finally went out to phones across the triad. There's a gap of 1 hour and 43 minutes. Sheriff Greg Seabolt told 2, which is the news agency, wants to know deputies are still verifying information. We were gathering information. We were getting people in place to do a search. We had to verify that maybe a family member didn't come and pick up the child. So there's a lot of things that come into play here. We wanted to get the alert out as quickly as possible, Seabolt said. The North Carolina Center for Missing Persons also plays a role in sending out alerts. The director says she saw the sheriff's office Facebook post while about to board a plane and had on-call staff reach out to activate the alert. In a written statement, she explained that coordination process accounted for the delay before the alert was activated. Not an Amber Alert, because we know that has to have a car or whatever. Another wrinkle, this isn't an Amber Alert, but a new type of notification. Amber Alerts only go out when police believe a child has been abducted. The new option allows law enforcement to notify the public when a child is missing, even if abduction isn't suspected. So, we know that there was a gap. Yeah, I'm praying he's found soon too. And again, this is why I went live. I went live earlier today to bring this case out, to get his name out, to get his face out. He is Liam King. Yes. Yes, Dandy. Yes. And somebody had commented, you know, you don't turn your head, you don't leave them outside and go back. I don't even care if it's for 5 seconds. And I agree with what was said. You don't take your eyes off them. I don't think so, Troy. But Cynthia brought up Brian Vasquez. What a quinky dink that you done that. Hold on. Make sure that wasn't nothing important. Okay, it wasn't. Sorry about that. Yes, it's in North Carolina, Teresa. And hello, good to see you. I know why you said that, Cynthia, but there's some news. Wrong thing. Sorry. I moved the wrong thing. Yes, even if it's just for a split second. A split second can mean anything can happen. Yes, Brian was a terrible tragedy, little D, and good to see you. Right, Jennifer? No such thing as a consequence. Okay, now it'll let me share. Are you ready, Cynthia? Because me and you've talked about it. Oh, poo. Get off of there. If you can read the background. NOPD arrests mother in the death of 12-year-old Brian. And of course it wants to do all this and I can't remove it. There I am. So yes, I will have to go searching and see. But I had my suspicions, but I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. Well, Jennifer, if you watched my video on how to set up Substack, you'll know how he is. Ruby, I don't think she did. I haven't read it. I haven't seen it. But let me see if I can pull it up a different way. Oh my. I haven't read it. Mm. I'm letting something else load. Oh, I can't use that. I know, I hope an ad thing. Oh, it's not hard, Jennifer. If I can do it, you can do it. Oh, you're welcome, Teresa. That's why I done it. Dandy. Yeah, I think we're gonna need them. And I just so happen to have bought some for today. I'll share with everybody. You can, little D, but I found one. I'm just heartsick. Oh no, I knew it would do it. It would pop up all these cookie things. I can't do that. Let's see if this news agency will let me read it. Well, that's not anything. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something without cookies that you have. It's because I have a VPN. I'll just tell you that now. Okay, this is supposedly long crime, so maybe I don't know. I don't know. Mom charged after missing 12-year-old fled abusive home and was killed by alligators. A 34-year-old mother in Louisiana has been arrested after her 12-year-old son went missing and was later found dead from blunt force trauma due to an alligator, which caused him to drown. Subsequently, there we go. Hilda Vasquez was taken into custody over the weekend and charged with 1 count of second-degree cruelty to a child and 1 count of neglect homicide in the death of Brian Vasquez, authorities announced. And this was just 4 hours ago. So I've been looking and there hadn't been anything until today. Brian was initially reported missing by his mother on August 14th, sparking nearly 2 weeks of searching by local, state, and federal authorities. that ultimately ended in the tragedy when his body was discovered by divers on August 26th. The boy had fled his home after allegations his mother had previously abused and neglected him. This has all been a pattern of behavior by the mother. This is not the first time that Brian has been a victim of some sort of trauma and or anything that we deem to be neglectful or negligent. Chief Deputy Superintendent Hans Gainther of the New Orleans Police Department said during a news conference on Sunday. So this is all a pattern, and it's all established in the warrant. Deputy Superintendent Nicholas Gernon reiterated that point, telling reporters that investigators had found a pattern of both negligence and abuse over Brian's 12 years, saying authorities have believed they can prove the pattern of negligence and abuse led to a severe injury, undue pain, and suffering on his part. Said such abuse began when Brian was still a newborn. When he was 3 months old, she committed a skull fracture, broken legs, and a collapsed lung, said Gernon. At that point, he was removed from the house, or from the home, and at some point, subsequently to that, DCFS returned him back to the home. A volunteer partaking in the search for Brian was able to locate his body near a pair of alligators in a lagoon near the home and assisted authorities in recovering the child from the water. According to a report from local Fox affiliate WVUE, Vasquez told investigators she gave Brian a sleeping pill the night before he went missing and then found him wandering around the home at about 3 a.m. while caring for his younger sister. She walked him back to the room and he shared with his sister and went back to bed. The following morning, Vasquez said she got up around 7 to take her 6-year-old to school, leaving Brian and his 12-year-old sister home for the day. Why? I have questions there. The siblings were not in school because the family had recently moved. But you're taking one child to school. So make that make sense to me. And Vasquez had not yet registered the other children. You register one, you register them all. I'm sorry. Upon returning, she said she went into her bedroom and did not check on the kids until about 10 a.m. when her daughter informed her that Brian was missing from their shared room. The window in the bedroom had been left open, with Vasquez allegedly telling authorities she did not secure it because Brian had never attempted to abscond. Local NBC affiliate WDSU reported. However, she did confirm that the boy had tried to run away twice. Once he was found and returned home by police, and the other time it was by a neighbor. The second incident was not reported to authorities. As a result of Vasquez's failure to protect and check on Brian, he sustained serious bodily harm after he left the residence and entered the water, police wrote. It was not immediately clear when Vasquez was scheduled to appear in court or whether bond had been set for her release. Yeah. So there is your little update on Brian. And the 12-year-old sister, too? What about the 6-year-old? You got it, Lil D. I thought something was a little off, too. If you didn't pick that up from me, that's... sorry. It's all right. Preach it, Dandy. Yes, Teresa. She did have an arraignment today, Cynthia? Oh, good. If you find that, will you send it to me? I can't stay. I can always... yeah, well, I think that's one of the sites I can't get on here. So I'll have to fix that to where I can get on. Okay. See, we'll just keep following it. I told you, I knew, I felt that there was something more. We will see, Fancy. No, I get that, Lil D. My one grandson that we're raising because of other medications for his other disabilities, it was making him stay up. So they gave him something to make him sleep. Oh, you're welcome, Mel. Oh, hold on. I'll get that. I have it somewhere. I honestly do. Don't ask me where, but I have it. And I got it. There you go. There you go, Gloria. I posted the link. So I got to get ready to go. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. We did. Yes, Gloria, I did. You're welcome, Eric. If you go back, you'll see that I have, no, let's see how old it is. I can tell you what day I done it. 3 days ago, Gloria. It's titled A How To for You. Okay. You're fine, Fancy. All right, I will see you all later. I will let you know what I learn. And if I can get a guest set up and we can talk about what goes on. Bye guys. Thank you.